Luka Doncic is already making waves this offseason, and not just because of his skills on the court. Just weeks after the Los Angeles Lakers were knocked out of the playoffs in the first round by the Minnesota Timberwolves, Luka made a public appearance in Spain that caught everyone's attention. But it wasn't just his presence that got people talking, it was how different he looked. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Fans immediately noticed something they hadn't seen in a while, a noticeably slimmer, fitter Luka Doncic. Now, let's talk about it. Luka has always been one of the most talented players in the NBA. There's no denying that. He's consistently put up superstar numbers, and last season was no different. 28.2 points, 8.2 rebounds, and 7.7 assists per game, while averaging more than 35 minutes a night. In the playoffs, he took things up a notch, playing over 40 minutes per game. That's elite production, no matter how you look at it. But despite all that, there's been one lingering criticism around Luka for years: his conditioning. Social media hasn't been kind. From memes to endless commentary about his weight and shape, Luka has faced constant trolling online. And while he usually shrugged it off, this time feels different. While attending a Real Madrid basketball game, a team he has strong ties to from his time playing in Europe, Luka looked transformed. Slimmer. Sharper. More focused. And that sparked a wave of excitement among Lakers fans and NBA analysts alike. Has Luka finally taken his off-season conditioning seriously? All signs point to yes. This change didn't come out of nowhere. There were rumors circulating even before his move to Los Angeles that the Dallas Mavericks front office, particularly GM Nico Harrison, had grown frustrated with Luka's lack of physical preparation. There were whispers that his inconsistent conditioning habits were holding him back from reaching his full potential. Eventually, those frustrations became a factor in Dallas agreeing to a blockbuster deal that sent Doncic to the Lakers. Now, in LA, surrounded by a different culture, a different level of pressure, and most importantly, different leadership, Luka seems to be evolving. And if we're being honest, that evolution could be terrifying for the rest of the Western Conference. Because here's the thing, even when Luka wasn't in peak shape, he was still dominating. He's a generational talent. His court vision, scoring ability, and basketball IQ are off the charts. But imagine that same Luka, now faster, stronger, more agile, and fully locked in physically. That's a nightmare for defenders. And a dream scenario for Lakers fans. Historically, Luka has had a reputation for coming into training camp a bit out of shape. He's admitted in interviews that he enjoys his summers, and who can blame him? He's young, wealthy, and has been playing professionally since he was a teenager. But the NBA is a different beast. The schedule is grueling. The travel is constant. And the competition only gets tougher every year. Usually, Luka spends the first month or two of the season working himself into form. And even during that period, he puts up solid numbers. But it's not until mid-season that we typically see Luka at his absolute best. That timeline might be changing. This off-season looks like a turning point. A statement. Luka's saying, "I hear you. I'm ready. Let's go." And if there's anyone Luka can look up to when it comes to taking care of his body, it's his new teammate, LeBron James. LeBron is the gold standard when it comes to longevity and physical maintenance in the NBA. After 20 seasons, he's still putting up all-star numbers, still leading teams deep into the playoffs, and still making jaw-dropping plays night after night. The secret? A relentless commitment to fitness, recovery, and preparation. LeBron reportedly spends over $1 million per year just maintaining his body. From personal chefs and trainers to cutting-edge recovery technology, it's all part of his mission to stay at the top for as long as possible. If Luka embraces even a portion of that lifestyle, the sky is the limit. And don't forget, the Lakers have built a team around winning now. With LeBron still chasing titles and the clock ticking, LA needs every player on the roster fully bought in, especially a superstar like Luka. If he shows up in peak condition and stays healthy all season, the Lakers instantly become one of the most dangerous teams in the league. Think about a fully conditioned Luka Doncic playing alongside LeBron James. Think about the pick-and-roll possibilities. The floor spacing. The late-game shot creation. The basketball IQ on display. It's not just exciting, it's potentially unstoppable. Of course, it's still early. The real test will come when training camp starts and Luka hits the court in Lakers gold and purple. But for now, The signs are promising. The transformation is visible. And the message is clear. Luka Doncic isn't just coming back. He's coming back better. And the NBA better be ready. Former Lakers guard Lou Williams just made a statement that's stirring the pot in Los Angeles. He believes the Lakers don't need Austin Reeves anymore. Yep, you heard that right. As the Lakers prepare for one of the most important off-seasons in recent years, all eyes are on how they'll build around their new star, Luka Doncic. And that includes evaluating every piece of the current roster, even the ones that fans have grown attached to. One of those pieces, Austin Reeves. Reeves has spent his entire NBA career wearing the purple and gold. Over the past 4 seasons, he's gone from being an undrafted rookie to becoming a reliable starter, even carving out a reputation as one of the league's most gritty and crafty young guards. He's earned the trust of the coaching staff, the front office, and maybe most importantly, the fans. But here's the thing. While Reeves delivered a strong regular season once again, his playoff performance this year left a lot of people questioning whether he's the long-term answer for this roster. He struggled to make an impact in the first round, and the Lakers exited the postseason far earlier than they had hoped. That showing, combined with Luka Doncic's arrival, has opened the door for tough conversations about fit and direction. Lou Williams didn't hold back. He said, and I quote, "Now you have Luka, you don't really need what Austin Reeves brings to the table. You've got your alpha in that category. You don't necessarily need the second best option there. You're gonna go and upgrade." And honestly, he might not be wrong. Let's look at the facts. Luka Doncic is a generational talent. He's an all-NBA player who dominates the ball, controls the pace, and orchestrates the offense like a maestro. When Luka's on the floor, everything runs through him, as it should. He's that good. But Austin Reeves? He's also a player who thrives with the ball in his hands. He's at his best when he's creating, probing, drawing fouls, and finding teammates. He's not a spot-up shooter waiting in the corner. That's not who he is, and that's not where he's most effective. So the big question becomes, can Reeves coexist with Luka in the same backcourt? Or is it simply too much overlap? Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office now face a critical decision. They have to determine whether Austin Reeves is part of their long-term vision, or if he's a valuable trade chip that can be flipped for a better-fitting piece. And don't forget, Reeves has value. A lot of teams would love to have him. He's young, skilled, tough, and under a manageable contract. That's a rare combination. And while many fans would hate to see him go, let's be real, if the Lakers are trying to win now, every decision has to be about fit and impact. Sentiment can't stand in the way of progress. Reeves has shown he can play at a high level. He's had moments where he looked like a future all-star. But he's also had stretches, particularly in the playoffs, where he's disappeared. That inconsistency becomes a problem when your roster is built around maximizing one superstar's window. And with Luka Doncic now being that centerpiece, the entire Lakers system is about to evolve. Everything is going to be tailored around Luka's strengths. His pace, his pick-and-roll game, his ability to read and manipulate defenses, that's the identity now. Every piece around him has to complement that. So if a trade opportunity comes up, one that brings in a more reliable shooter, a stronger perimeter defender, or someone who better spaces the floor for Luka, then yeah, Reeves could be the one on the move. It's not about disrespect. It's about building the best possible team around a player like Doncic. Even Lou Williams admitted that Reeves is talented. But in his view, the Lakers already have their alpha, and now it's time to upgrade the rest of the supporting cast. And let's not forget, the Lakers have been aggressive in recent years. This is a team that doesn't sit around waiting for things to happen. They make moves. They swing big. And with Pelinka calling the shots, no player outside of Luka Doncic should feel completely safe. So what does this mean for Reeves? Well, for now, he's still a Laker. But as trade rumors heat up and as teams start calling, don't be surprised if his name comes up again and again. And if the right offer is on the table, you better believe the Lakers will consider it. It's the business of basketball. And sometimes, being a fan favorite just isn't enough. Let us know what you think in the comments. Should the Lakers hold on to Austin Reeves, or is it time to move on and build fully around Luka Doncic? The Los Angeles Lakers are standing at a critical crossroads this off-season. After yet another disappointing playoff run, it's clear that something has to change, and fast. One of the biggest issues that held this team back all season long, and especially during the playoffs, was the center position. Let's be real, the Lakers never truly addressed that void. They failed to complete a deal for Mark Williams, and that missed opportunity came back to haunt them in a big way. Without a true rim protector anchoring the defense, the Lakers simply couldn't hold their ground. They got exposed. In their series against the Timberwolves, Minnesota dominated the paint and ran them off the court. And now, the Lakers are watching from home, again. So here's the reality. Fixing the center position isn't just a want. It's a must. And if the front office is serious about returning to contention, they need to look at players who can immediately elevate the roster. Not just role players, but legitimate difference-makers. That brings us to Kristaps Porzingis. The 7'3" big man is expected to be available on the trade market this offseason. The Boston Celtics, loaded with salary obligations, are likely to explore ways to free up space, and Porzingis could be one of the first names on the chopping block. Now, let's be clear, Porzingis isn't perfect. He has an injury history that raises concerns. He missed a chunk of this season and even sat out games during the playoffs. That's something any team, especially the Lakers, will have to think long and hard about. But despite the injury worries, you can't ignore what he brings to the table. This past season, Porzingis averaged 19.5 points, 6.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists per game, while shooting 48.3% from the field and an elite 41.2% from beyond the arc. Let that sink in. A 7'3" center who shoots over 40% from three and can protect the rim? That's rare. That's exactly the kind of player who can shift the balance in a playoff series. He's not just a floor spacer, he's a legitimate two-way threat. He forces defenders out of the paint on offense and deters drives on defense. No, he's not the best shot blocker in the league, but he does just enough to make players think twice about attacking the rim. And let's not forget, Porzingis has experience playing alongside Luca. That's no small detail. Chemistry matters. He knows what it's like to play with a dominant ball handler. He knows how to space the floor, when to cut, when to pick and pop. And if the Lakers continue to build around Luca as their franchise cornerstone, they need pieces that complement his style. Porzingis fits that mold. So, what's the catch? It's the money. Because the Celtics are in the second apron, any trade involving Porzingis would require exact salary matching. For the Lakers, that means sending out players like Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, and possibly one or two more rotational pieces to make the numbers work. That's not a light move. Rui has shown flashes of brilliance. Gabe was brought in to provide depth. Losing both, plus more, would definitely shake up the roster. But here's the hard truth. Standing still isn't an option. If the Lakers want to compete with the elite teams in the West, teams like the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, and yes, even the Rising Thunder, they need size, shooting, and rim protection. Porzingis offers all three. Of course, the injury risk is real. There's no guarantee he stays healthy. But let's not forget, every big move comes with risk. That's the nature of chasing championships. And in today's NBA, where versatility is everything and floor spacing is king, having a center who can shoot and protect the rim gives you a massive edge. Porzingis could be that edge. The big question now is this. Are the Lakers bold enough to make that move? Will Rob Pelinka and the front office be willing to roll the dice, to shake up the roster and bring in a potentially game-changing big man? Or will they play it safe, and risk another season ending in frustration? Lakers Nation, we want to hear from you. Would you trade for Kristaps Porzingis? Do the potential rewards outweigh the risks? Or is his injury history too big of a gamble for this team to take? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you want to see the Lakers take big swings this offseason. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because this summer is shaping up to be one of the most important in recent Lakers history. A major roster move could be coming. And if it is, you'll hear it here first.